What's up, Supreme Team, and welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring y'all the latest in news and reality TV tea, okay? Y'all see the artwork? We are talking about Kenya Moore. She dropped a snippet of the video release that was supposed to give us all the behind the scenes tea with her and Britt. And I'm going to tell you guys what caught my eye the most. And she even answered my question. So if y'all have been following my videos over the last couple of days, I told y'all I gave Kenya a question and it was a part of the promo. She answered. So I'll tell you guys about that. What else? We're going to talk about Quad and her man. He done got himself in trouble. Okay. And we know that Quad likes her man with some money, but his pockets might be looking like rabbit ears. I'll tell y'all all about it. We're also going to talk about Miss Angela Oakley, child. She ain't afraid of no damn body. She got tongues wagging. Somebody found some paperwork, some legal documents, showing a little bit of a checkered past, but Angela did step up to the plate and said, baby, if you want me, just ask for me, okay? So I'm going to tell y'all what was said there. Y'all already know what to do. Become a subscriber if you are not already. Hit the like button as well. Like button, share the video. Make sure your notification bells are on, okay? All opinions are alleged, but I am going to back it up. And let's get started with the first story. So, y'all, the social media streets are saying that Miss Quad Webb did not pull the Carfax report on her own man, okay? The young tenderoni known as King, Kirk King, all right? He looks like Malik Yoba to me. You know what I'm saying? Without the ashy lips. I'm sorry. Without the ashy lips. But they're a cute couple. Anyway, long story short, child, we know that he is in the luxury car game. And for whatever reason, child, he decided to show up on television, knowing that when you do somebody wrong out in the streets, you can't just show up on TV without, making good on things or somebody going to talk. And sure enough, somebody started talking. Bloggers got a hold of documentation showing that the luxury car king, has been doing some shady, scammy things, including passing around a Rolls Royce for rent that wasn't his. So he wasn't going through the proper channels or paperwork, okay? So I'm going to read this out for y'all. Kirk King, known for his appearances on Married to Medicine, was recently found liable in a civil lawsuit involving the unauthorized subleasing of a high-end vehicle. The case is centered around allegations that King leased a luxury car, reportedly a Rolls Royce, and not the one that we saw Quad in. Okay, so he gifted Quad a Rolls Royce, brought it to the house with a big red bow on it. It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one. I think hers was cream, and the one in question is gray. But anyway, the owner, it came from a private owner. So he received this car from a private owner, and then he illegally subleased it to third parties with an S. So it was like it was in his lot, and then he took it from his lot and did a solid, okay, gave somebody else a favor, maybe one or two, at least two, because it says party. So passed it out to someone else. And they said that that is against the law. Now, the private owner, the person who owns the vehicle, realized that it was, things was happening with their car when they went to the tracking device for the GPS. They said they could see that it was disabled, and they called the police and reported it stolen. So now everybody is questioning this man and saying, is this the only car that had, a theft problem, or is this all the time? Because a business like his, the majority of the time, his money is going to come from leases, because people don't typically buy high-end luxury cars like that. They'll use them in videos for special occasions, things like that. And so he makes a lot of money from that. But right now, the civil suit is basically there was a request for a payout in an upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that might be everything he got. He has a child, right? A daughter. And he's dating this woman who likes a man with finances. So their finances must be intact. So right now, people are keeping an eye on Quad and King to see if there's any trouble in paradise. Right now, all seems well. They are traveling outside of the country together. And as of the reunion stage, when Quad was on the reunion, she said that she had been consulting with Dr. Jackie about doing IVF. So she's still serious as far as we know about this man. And he may actually come back to the show next season. We shall see. Both of them may come back next season. We shall see. But talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Does this change your mind about Quad and King? Do you think that maybe she should give it up and look for somebody else? I don't know. Not that we have a choice in it, but just asking questions. Okay, let's move on to the next story. So listen, y'all, let's talk Kenya Moore. She was supposed to drop that video tonight and she did not. She said it is still forthcoming, so it'll be coming soon. She just wanted to give us a teaser, which has already amassed thousands of views, okay? Within the first 2 minutes, people hit that button so fast. But listen, the other day I had asked a question of Kenya. Let me put that up so y'all can see it. I asked her to tell us the details of the investigation, and I also asked, was it conducted immediately after the pow pow threat was made? And child, she actually answered it in the video, basically saying no, that the threat was days, or excuse me, the investigation was days after the threat was made. And the only person they took the information from was Britt. She said they didn't ask anybody else. Britt said I didn't have one, and they concluded it, okay? But she also accused Bravo of racism, okay? She put the question out there. She said, if this would have happened to Kyle Richards over there on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, would this have been the outcome? Would y'all have done this to Kyle? Would Britt Edie still be able to film? And then she also posed a question of Real Housewives of New York. She said, if this happened to Teresa Giudice, would you guys still, would they still be able to film? Would a Britt Edie still be able to film? So she's questioning that and basically saying they treat the Black housewives different from how they treat the other cast members. And where have we heard this before? That's right, Nene. You did say something about this before in the past, okay? Now Kenya is on your side, even though she was joking and laughing, saying that you were no longer the network's favorite, okay? I hate to be a I told you so kind of person. It's just that, the facts are there, so we are going to discuss them as they are. That does not mean that I don't think that, what Kenya's saying isn't right. I'm just saying, tables turn, baby, tables turn. But anyway, let me show y'all what else I found to be interesting in that little clip. Okay, listen to this, y'all. Kenya made it seem like there was a 911 call that was made. Check this out.
911, what's your emergency?
Yes, I've been threatened with a...
What's your location?
The bank.
Alrighty then, listen. The bank. Now, some of y'all may remember, I'm gonna jog your memory if you don't. The next day, it was supposed to be the next day, Britt, the day after the videos were released, okay, or the pictures was released. Let me say that. The day after the pictures was released, everybody met up at Shamia's house, or Britt Edie and Angela Oakley meet up at Shamia's house. And Angela did say additional security was called, and that the owners of the bank, the facility they all filmed in, were very upset, and she was putting out fires with them all night because they didn't like the bad publicity that was coming to their facility. And I don't blame them. As business owners in an area that you're trying to help rebuild, you don't want that type of stuff there. You don't want for cops to think that they got to come to your establishment, right? So she was she was telling that story. I'm curious to know if 911 was actually called, if that was a part of the additional security. Y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think, because if that's true, they are doing a whole cover up over there at the Bravo. So yeah, I told y'all he ain't about nothing. I told y'all Andy Cohen is just as bad, if not worse, child, because he's been doing it for a minute and nobody checks him. Nobody. Okay. So y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. And we are about to move to the next story. All right, y'all. Let's talk about Miss Angela Oakley. Y'all know she gave it to Britt last episode. I mean, had her foot all the way on her neck. And according to the synopsis of the show, child, she was accusing Britt of fraud, insurance fraud. Okay. And it turns out, according to a blogger by the name of House of Cloud, she would know. Okay. He basically said that Angela had a checker past, child, and had some paperwork, legal documents that he shared over on Sherelle's World's page, accusing Angela of all kinds of things. He called her, and I quote, a ghetto scammer. Said that when she was working for a bank called Wachovia, which is now Wells Fargo, they had a name change. He said that she made sure that everybody in the family got a loan, okay? Specifically her grandmother, though. And he made it seem like there was multiple loans that the grandmother may have gotten with the help of Angela Oakley, and that she always defaulted, so never paid the loans back. Apparently, this happened several times, and the bank caught on and then gave Angela her walking papers. But he called her a ghetto scammer, okay, and said that she was scratching and surviving over there in Chicago, okay? The original good times is what he said Angela Oakley was, scratching and surviving. And he's even questioned whether or not Angela's boo thing, aka Charles, knew, and if he would have chose her if he did know. Okay, child, I'm like, please leave Charles out of this. Why they want to bring Charles into this? That is crazy. Anyway, they had a lot to say about Bravo possibly knowing and still greenlighting Angela's participation on the show, which I don't know why people think that is a surprise or a shock. That happens all the time. They even cited PK. Y'all know Paul Kimsley over there from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. They said that Andy was on stage with, I believe, Bethany Frankel, and she said, listen, I told you what type of person Paul Kimsley was, and that he was in trouble for financial, situations. And that Andy confirmed, yeah, I do remember you telling me that, right? And that's a whole nother set of problems. But they are basically saying that Angela is coming on to RHOA to legitimize herself. Now, I don't necessarily believe that part. I think that Angela is pretty legitimate all by herself. And I think that her marriage also gives her that extra edge if anybody needs it. But she did answer the blogger. She said, hey, blogger girl and guy, let me tell y'all something. Let me show y'all what she had to say. Anyway, she said, y'all give me my tea. Basically, this is her storyline, and she will tell it when she feels like it. She said, I can spill it better. This is a FINRA, which stands for Financial Industry. Let me make sure I say that right. Financial Industry Regulatory Authority. Okay. So she's saying that she knows the game. She goes on to say, I've been licensed and knew it would be, and knew what it would take. Oh my goodness, I can't read. She said, I've always been licensed and knew it would take to be investigated. Okay, I can read. She just didn't put all the words in. She meant I knew what it would take to be investigated. All my licenses are still intact. So she said she has never had any issue or lost her license. They're still intact. She might have been investigated, but they're still intact. Okay. And then she also said, opening fraudulent bank accounts to survive. And she gives the agony face. That is basically a stab at the guy who told her that she was scratching and surviving. And she hashtagged fake news. Okay, don't start none, won't be none, in other words. But damn. So listen, we're only on episode 7. Episode 7 comes out on Sunday night. And all of these ladies, for the most part, are being dragged through the mud, child. So we shall see what happens next. All of the ladies are starting out hot, not only on the show, but also in their personal lives. This is wild. Y'all talk to me in the comments, though. Let me know what you think about all 3 stories that I shared with y'all today, okay? Don't forget to hit the like button and share the video on your way out. Please make sure you're a subscriber and that your notification bells are on. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, and I'll check you on the next one.